Hello and welcome to this detailed exploration of the ongoing saga involving Directline Assurance Limited, one of Kenya's largest motor vehicle insurers. At the heart of this drama is media mogul SK Macharia, whose alleged involvement in the company's financial and legal challenges raises critical questions about governance, accountability, and even familial inheritance. Tonight, we delve into the origins of this crisis, the ownership disputes, the regulatory interventions, and the tragic personal loss of SK Macharia's son, John Macharia, and its connection to the Directline story. Was SK Macharia's role motivated by a desire to deny his late son's family a stake in the company? Let's uncover the details. Insurance was established as a specialist insurance provider for public service vehicles, PSVs, quickly becoming a cornerstone in Kenya's transport sector. By insuring matatus and buses, the company helped ensure compliance and safety for thousands of operators. However, despite its critical role, the company found itself in turbulent waters, marked by allegations of financial mismanagement, shareholder disputes, and regulatory oversight. Intensified following the death of John Macharia, SK Macharia's son, and the publicized legal and corporate battles that followed. John Macharia, SK Macharia's son and an influential businessman in his own right, tragically passed away in a car accident in 2018. Before his death, John was reportedly involved in Directline Assurance as part of the management team. His untimely demise not only left a gap in leadership but also introduced questions about the company's ownership structure. Reports suggest that following John's death, SK Macharia made moves to consolidate his control over Directline Assurance, allegedly sidelining John's widow and family from inheriting a stake in the company. This development raised eyebrows, especially since the ownership structure of Directline had already been under scrutiny by the Insurance Regulatory Authority, IRA. The question is, was SK Macharia's decision to consolidate control over Directline motivated by a desire to exclude his late son's family from the company's inheritance? Secondly, how transparent has the company been in clarifying its ownership structure to regulators and the public? SK Macharia's claim to a controlling stake in Directline Assurance has been at the center of the ownership disputes. Legal filings reveal contradictions between his claims and official records with the IRA. The lack of clarity has led to protracted legal battles, with some alleging that SK Macharia is using his influence to manipulate the situation to his advantage. Additionally, the High Court recently gagged SK Macharia from airing cautionary adverts warning the public against dealing with Directline. The court argued that such adverts could irreparably harm the company's reputation. However, critics question why SK Macharia, as a claimed shareholder, would seek to damage the company he purportedly owns. The question is SK Macharia acting in the best interest of Directline Assurance, or is this a personal vendetta tied to unresolved family and corporate issues? Why has there been no transparent resolution of the ownership wrangles to safeguard the interests of policyholders and employees? The ownership disputes are compounded by allegations of financial mismanagement. In 2024, it was revealed that approximately Ks400 million was transferred from Directline's accounts to Toy and Suna Holdings Ltd., a company linked to SK Macharia. The funds were allegedly used for non-insurance purposes, including real estate development, which violates the Insurance Act. These transactions raised serious concerns about corporate governance and the protection of policyholder funds. The IRA placed Directline under heightened surveillance, citing a lack of accountability and transparency in its operations. The question is, did SK Macharia misuse his position to divert funds from Directline Assurance for personal or non-insurance purposes? Secondly, what role did the board of directors play in approving or overlooking these transactions? The suspension of Directline's operations caused significant disruptions in Kenya's transport sector. As one of the largest insurers for PSVs, the instability left thousands of matatu operators without valid insurance coverage. This not only jeopardized livelihoods but also posed risks to public safety. Moreover, the company's employees faced job insecurity as legal battles dragged on. Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi attributed delays in resolving the crisis to the ownership disputes, which have overshadowed efforts to stabilize the company. Question: how can Kenya's regulatory framework better protect policyholders from corporate and familial disputes? Also, what is the government doing to ensure that similar crises do not disrupt critical sectors like public transport? SK Macharia is a well-known figure in Kenya, having built a media empire through Royal Media Services. However, his involvement in Directline Assurance has cast a shadow over his legacy. The allegations of financial mismanagement, combined with the family disputes over inheritance, raise questions about his leadership and motivations. As the saga continues, the future of Directline Assurance remains uncertain. The company's reputation has been significantly damaged, and its ability to regain the trust of policyholders is in doubt. Meanwhile, the ownership wrangles and regulatory challenges highlight the urgent need for stronger governance in Kenya's corporate sector. But another critical question to ask is SK Macharia's handling of Directline Assurance tarnished his reputation as a business leader? 2. What lessons can be learned from this saga to prevent similar crises in Kenya's insurance industry? The Directline Assurance saga is a cautionary tale about the intersection of family, business, and corporate governance. As we've seen, the disputes over ownership, allegations of financial mismanagement, and the tragic loss of John Macharia have created a perfect storm that threatens the company's future. Ultimately, the questions raised by this case go beyond Directline Assurance. They touch on broader issues of accountability, regulatory oversight, and the responsibilities of influential individuals like SK Macharia. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: Kenya's insurance sector and its corporate governance framework must evolve to protect public trust and ensure stability. Stay with us as we follow the latest developments in this unfolding story. Follow us and subscribe to Hapa Kwa Hapa News for more news updates.